Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a very good evening, coming to you live from Horizon TV. My name is Faisal, Kassim, and this is the live Real Talk. And tonight we'll be talking about a very sensitive matter, something that has been hitting the airwaves recently. Every other day we are waking up to a new story. The latest one being earlier on today around 4 p.m. and I want to read out to you exactly the story, how it was. If you give me a few minutes, I want to trace it and read for you the news as it is. So this has gone to an extent that even a security analyst and ex-KDF commander, that is Mwenda Mbijiwe, reporting a missing sister, that is Tamara Mjibiwe, says phone went off and a car cannot be traced. The latest one, as I was telling you, is a standard 7-year-old girl in Isli went missing this morning. That is Hibo Farah, left home 6 a.m. She was dropped at school and no trace of her. This is something that has been a bit quite rampant recently. We don't know what's happening, what's going on wrong where. Joining me this evening to talk about that is Haki Africa Executive Director, my brother Hussein Khalid. Assalamu alaikum, brother.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening, brother.
Afwan.
It is an honor to have you in studio, but again, the topic that you're talking about is a quite sad one, brother.
Yeah.
As Haki Africa, just straight up, where have you been? We have seen nothing from you. We've had nothing from you apart from one tweet that you tweeted 2 days ago in regards to the matter. Where is Haki Africa on this matter, brother?
I think not just Haki Africa, but everyone at the moment is trying to come to terms to understand what exactly is happening.
Okay.
And you know, from the past, as an organization, we have been participating in international meetings, international forums.
Yes.
And whenever we were discussing issues of disappearances, you had Nigerians who are always talking about gangsters and thugs who pick people. Those people go missing and they demand for ransom and all that. Yeah. And we've always wondered, and we've always been asking them, what about the police? Are the police helping? Are you sure these are not the police who are doing this? Because in our community, in a country like Kenya, maybe Uganda and other places, disappearances are mostly associated with the police.
True.
The police who pick suspects and then they go missing, and then later on you find bodies. But they were very clear.
But you never substantiated those claims, have you?
Of course we have. We have a number of cases. Yes, we have a number of cases where we've substantiated.
Fair
you
enough.
know, for Nigeria, they've always been saying that these are criminals. These are gangsters who want to make a quick buck, who want to, you know, get money illegally. And they kidnap people, and then they call the families, they demand for ransom. Yeah. So our fear is that probably this heinous act, this criminality, is now rearing its ugly face here in Kenya. That is our suspicion. The reason as I'm saying Haki Africa has been quiet, we've seen statements from FIDA, we've seen statements from Akili Dada. You know, they came out by Wakili Mutune. That is a female activist and communications leader at Akili Dada, came out strongly to condemn that. We saw statements from, if I can reference it, World Pulse coming out, talking about this issue. Haki Africa, as I say, the most we've seen from you is June 12th, they said the disease has been reported missing since Wednesday 9th of June 2016. We've established the body of Najma has torture marks with bruises on the head and abdomen. The motive behind the alleged killings is yet to be established, with postmortem examination to be conducted today at the Coast General Hospital. That is it. But again, after that, between June 9th and today, June 18th, 9 days apart, more than 10 enforced disappearances, brother. So let's just clarify that. So we were the first organization to actually bring to the fore the first such incident. The incident you're referring to on June 12th, the lady who had disappeared for 3 days, we worked with the family. When the body was discovered, we actually made sure that that postmortem was undertaken. We've issued statements, we've written to the police, we've written to IPOA. So the first organization that actually spoke about this incident was Haki Africa. And we brought the issue to light. Now everyone is responding and everyone is coming out now because we were the first ones to actually go public about this incident. And it's a girl, the 19-year-old girl in Mombasa, in Changamwe area, who disappeared. And then, but you see, for anyone to go public, you need evidence, you need data. Right now, we are not 100% sure who is behind it, because when you go public, people need information. People need to understand, and we are, tracking and tracing the trend. And clearly, we are saying we suspect, because if you look at the kind of people who are being picked, probably these gangsters are thinking this is a community, or these are people who can easily pay the ransom.
Yes.
That is our thinking.
There is a trend.
You see, there is a trend, exactly. But going public with such information, you have to have verified it. So I think we are, as you've said, a human rights organization, and we are looking into this issue. These disappearances are very disturbing, particularly when you note it's young girls, and not just young girls, Muslim young girls. And we've written to the police. I'm from Naivasha, in a meeting where we were engaging the security authorities, the internal affairs ministry, and I asked them, what are you doing? Because this issue is now completely getting out of hand, and we must do something before it, becomes too huge for us to be able to address, like in the case of Nigeria.
I want to quote Grand Mullah that went on Twitter today, earlier on today. He said that the Kenya police have lost it. The kidnappings, killings, carjacking, extrajudicial killings, disappearances, etc. have become order of the day. When Jiku is on her own, the political elite spend time and resources in getting one NASA candidate to run against DP Ruto in 2022. Precisely what Ahmed Nasir said. You have written to the police. At the same time, in your opening remarks, you say that in Kenya, the trend has been the police have been on the forefront, suspected to be taking part in this, which is not unique. I'll read comments earlier on when we were having this conversation on what some of our viewers had to say about that. Of course, again, suspecting the police might have some involvement in this case. So how is it possible, again, to run to the police? What is the likelihood of getting justice at the end of the day?
Unfortunately, we live in a country that has laws. And no matter how we think the situation is unfair or does not deliver, the law is the law. You have to follow the law. So for any matter to be taken up by any government institution, for the government of the day to act on any claim, on any allegation, that matter, according to the law, must have been reported to the police. No government department, no institution, whether it's the police or the DPP or any DCI, they will not in any way act on an issue if that issue does not have an OB number. So when you go there, the first thing they will ask you is, have you reported? So it's not that this is something we do, in vain. It's something we do so that we play our part. And then we go to the government and tell them, play your part. And, the case of Mwenda Mbijiwe is someone whom we've shared platforms like this on TV. We've discussed, we've engaged. It's shocking, because this is a security expert. He is a former officer, KDF.
Yes.
He has been in the security field. He runs a security firm. So we are all concerned. We are all worried, because tomorrow it could be me. It could be you. If they are doing this to someone who is very well informed, then you can imagine how easy it must be for them to pick a standard 7-year-old kid. Because information, like I said, we are still investigating. And it's important when we get opportunities like this to speak to the public. It is alleged that they are probably using chemicals, handkerchiefs, they cover their mouth and nose, and then someone, loses their senses, and they easily put them in vehicles. So the message that we need to send out to parents especially, please, parents, wherever you are, right now Isli is a hotspot area. Do not let your kids go out alone. Do not do that. If your child normally leaves the home and goes to school on his own or on her own, please stop that. If you have to walk with them now, please look out for that. Be very careful of approaching vehicles. because when they're doing these kidnappings, the next thing they do is put you in a vehicle, from what we've had the last few days.
Yes.
So be very mindful of vehicles that slow down when they approach you, or that appear suspicious. We have to send this message out to the public out there. The third thing, avoid lonely or streets that are not busy. If you're using any street, please make sure it's a busy street. Avoid dark alleys, avoid what we call vichochoro, because this is where they pounce on you and take advantage of the public not being there. So these are some of the tidbits that we are sharing, and we are hoping that with time the police will be able to rein on the situation. And I know it's challenging, because we've said this so many times, police not investigate police. But right now, our gut feeling tells us that the people behind these kidnappings are actually criminals who are taking advantage, and they're doing this for purposes of ransom.
Interesting enough that you've mentioned about the hotspot area and all that. I have a message here from a parent. This message has been circulating. Say, dear all, I'd like to bring to your attention an incident that happened today around 12:45. 5-star. This is South Sea.
South Sea.
Exactly. Another case, that is, my wife was bringing my son home from school when suddenly two Buddha guys came and wanted to abduct my child. They tried to snatch him from his mother, and she started shouting for help. They weren't letting me go until passers-by appeared. Till then, they pushed my wife and snatched her phone, but thank God they didn't succeed in the plan of child abduction. This is something that's very, 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 very much on the rise.
Yes.
Right? As human rights organizations, let's take a step back and look at this issue objectively and from a wider lens. You see, this is something that was ongoing in Nigeria, ongoing in America and other places in the world. But Kenya, it's something that's on the rise. It started recently. Yes. From your experience, your practice in the human rights and in the human rights world and civil society, what do you think might be the reason that this thing is actually coming up? Is it economy? Is it political situation? What exactly is happening?
I think it's a mix of a number of issues. First of all, let us be very clear that there is no justification for such kinds of incidences.
Facts.
Fine, we will talk about what could be leading to that.
Yes.
But there is no justification for crime, especially crimes such as this, where dead bodies are appearing. It is unacceptable, and there is no reason whatsoever that would justify such kinds of acts. But, looking at the situation, first of all, definitely the economic situation in the country. Everyone, as we speak presently, is crying out loud that the economy has completely, gone against them. So the situation is so bad, and now people are thinking of ways and means of making money, even when it is through criminal means. And this is not right. Yeah. Secondly, there is the issue of depression. There are many people presently who are suffering from depression. So when people are walking out there, they are not in their senses. They don't know what is happening. So it is easy to hoodwink someone, to tell them, oh, nimetumwa nikuchukue nikupeleke ABCD. And people are accepting this, and they're doing it, because I remember there was an incident, if you recall, on social media. Apparently, a girl was just duped by someone whom they met on Facebook. She traveled all the way from, I don't know where it was, to Mombasa.
Yes.
On reaching there, the person is not there. She's stranded. She doesn't know what to do. It had to take the bus company to intervene to help her to get fare to go back. So people are desperate. People are depressed. They're just looking for avenues of, gaining some breathing space. And that makes them vulnerable to being duped, to meet some people in certain places, and then they're easily picked. We are also seeing, unfortunately, our sisters, some of them are also involved in these kidnappings. So traditionally, when a woman approaches you, traditionally in Kenya, you've always imagined this is okay, this is a lady, it can't be that. But for example, the case we are following up, a lady has been arrested for apparently being involved in the disappearance. We've seen
Yes.
other cases even here in Nairobi where ladies were involved. So we are seeing that, a break from the past where men were the ones who are actually going out.
The whole space,
exactly, and now women are involved. Again, you've talked about the incident at 5-star in South Sea. She said until passers-by came.
Yes.
So again, people are not there. People are not taking the necessary precaution. We don't know what happened because I know the 5-star road, it's usually busy most of the time.
Yeah,
And then of course, most importantly, the reason is that security has gone to sleep. It's as simple as that. Security has gone to sleep. This cannot be happening in a country. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 cases in a span of 1 week. Where are the police? What are they doing? You can't just have people disappearing in your community and you call yourselves police and there's no action, there are no results for what you're doing. So this is something we must put forward to the police, to actually on the table of Dr. Fred Matiang'i as the head of internal security, IG Mutiambai, and they must take action. Otherwise, there is no need of us having police service if our security is not guaranteed.
Interesting. Halima Ahmed says that, Faisal, that is very informative. However, now we have parents who are still in search of their parents right now. Can we count on Haki Africa to help us to try and trust these people and bring them back? If yes, where do we report?
I think what Haki Africa can and is already doing is pushing the security authorities to do their job. As an organization, of course, we don't run investigative services. We work through the system in the country, the police service. We report these matters to them. For example, I know we've been following up, we've been making a few phone calls on the issue of Mwenda because he's someone who is very well known. Like I said, the issue you made reference to on June 12th, we were there with the family. We helped them to get a closure to the matter. But, the best we can do is raise awareness, as you've said, and I think we need to do better because, issuing statements on its own is not enough. We need to do more, and we will do more to the extent to which we are able to. That you can be sure of. So
he asked, she further asked, if we can count on Haki Africa, then where do we go to for their support?
Haki Africa is in Mombasa, Haki Africa is in Nairobi, Haki Africa is in Taveta, Haki Africa is in, we're soon opening an office in Wajir. So we are available. Our numbers are on our website, the hotline number. If you encounter any challenges, you call us 0755000555. That's our hotline. We've been receiving calls actually in the last 3-4 days. And whenever we receive a call, of course, we respond. We have a rapid response unit based in Nairobi, based in Mombasa, and they usually respond immediately. So feel free to call us anytime, and we assure you the best that we can do, we will do it.
My brother, you've spoken about the police and how you've been collaborating in previous cases. Referencing point or casing point is the June 9th case and different other cases you've worked with before. And of course, initially there were enforced disappearances and extrajudicial killings as well, that the primary suspect or sometimes the culprits have been the police. Have you thought of involving other independent investigative units or the IPOA, for example, for that matter, or international communities? Talk of FBI, talk of basically other people independent of the Kenya police to try and unearth some of these injustices?
Yeah, I think that's a very, very interesting question. I must say, up to this point in time, we've always been engaging state institutions because we know that we have a right over these institutions. As taxpayers, they have an obligation, a duty and a responsibility to respond to our concerns, to respond to our issues. So those are the institutions like the DCI, institutions like the police, the Director of Public Prosecutions. Those have been the key institutions that we have been engaging and following up with. Where we suspect foul play by the police, we have always worked with IPOA so that they are able to investigate. But I agree with you that perhaps it's time we began thinking of private institutions, because I know in the country we do have, for example, private investigators, individuals who then would assist in following up, maybe if someone is kidnapped or, you know, similar issues.
Yes.
So I think we will take that as an organization and probably explore possibilities of maybe engaging private investigative firms, which are of course existent in Kenya, and see how perhaps we can get them to assist. I think that's a good point that we'll take up as an organization.
Thanks so much. Fatma Muhiddin says, Assalamu alaikum, tuning in from Mombasa. Thank you so much, Fatma Muhiddin. If I can check more comments or questions that are coming in from Facebook. Remember, you can be part and parcel of this conversation. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube for that matter. And we're having our SMS line, and I'm getting quite a number of texts here. Halima Aden says, thank you so much, Faisal. Thank you, Sen Khalid. That's very informative. Muhiddin Khamis says, Hussein Khalid, thanks so much for the good job that you guys are doing. We hope justice is served for the people who have lost their loved ones. A number of feedbacks coming in. Says, Assalamu alaikum, I'm watching from Eldoret. Thank you so much for watching. Please be part and parcel of this conversation. Hussein Khalid, you spoke about you guys involving now, inshallah, looking forward, you're going to involve private investigators. Sure. You guys are going to put the police to task and Dr. Fred Matiang'i to task and all that. Do you have any timelines for these activities?
I think the timeline is now. Of course, like I said, this is not something we are beginning to do now. We have been following up. The letters have already gone out. Like I said, I'm from Naivasha, and in that meeting we did have deliberations with some top security officials from internal affairs, from the police and others. And this issue, we made sure, like, you know, as an organization in the communique, it is firmly put there. So wherever this communique goes, people can actually get to hear about it and act on it. But I think presently we must call on the police to take, I would say, urgent action. For me, for the public, we will continue telling them to observe the 3 issues. 1, do not be alone. You know, just make sure you are always in the company of someone. Right now, it's very risky, particularly for our sisters and for our young brothers and sisters. Be very careful. Do not be in the public alone. The second point, I want to repeat that, be aware of your surroundings. Please be aware of your surroundings, be aware of approaching vehicles, be aware of borders like our sister from South Sea. Just be mindful every time when you're in the public. And the third one, please avoid dark alleys, avoid streets that are, you know, with less people. Just use the main street whenever you can, even if it's the longer route. Usitumie panya route, unasema shortcut, I'll get home quicker. Please use the longer route, but one that you know is public. And these are issues that we are also asking the police to do. I believe tomorrow we will request the police after this now, because of course this program has also brought some ideas in my mind, which we will take up as an organization. They need to add the number of officers in places like Isli, in places like South Sea. I think these are, I would say, hotspot areas, because we've had of cases in these areas. Yes. We need to see more police on patrol during the day, at night, so that at least people feel kind of safe. You know, that assurance will go a long way. So we will be communicating to the various police stations, Kamkunji, in South Sea and others, you know, I think it's a killer police station in South Sea, to ask them to, you know, maybe even ask for enforcement, so that these officers can be seen in the public, to try and at least reduce the risk.
Thanks so much. The CEO of Alamin Masjid, that is Ali Khalid, sends a message, says, in relation to this conversation, says, dear parent, safety measures. Kindly note that as from Monday 21st June 2021, we request parents or guardians to pick and drop their children who walk to or from school, as to ensure their safety. Your child will not be allowed to leave the school unaccompanied. Thank you. Al-Amin Academy. So this just prompt another conversation. It preempted my next question to you. You are doing your level best to see the safety and justice is served to the victims of these heinous acts. You are calling out to the police. You are advising the public. What other role can be played from various stakeholders, and who are these other stakeholders? Can you talk about the clerics? Can you call out the clerics to talk about and farm about this issue? The parents and all that.
I think as the message came from Al-Amin, the first institution besides the state or the non-state institution that is key here are schools. I think that's very good notice going out. If you look at an institution like Al-Amin, they have a school in Juja Road, which is again the Greater Isli.
Yeah.
They have a school in South Sea. Again, this is another hotspot area. So it is prudent for them to advise parents, particularly parents whose children normally walk to school on their own. Please do not allow that to happen. So the education institutions can play a major role, because targets are, young in society, and majority of the young are in schools. So schools can play a big role. Not just would ask the parents to bring the children, but also to educate the children. During your assemblies, please tell them about these 3 important issues. During your classes, when the teacher walks in, make sure you spend 3 minutes, 5 minutes talking to children about what is happening. During the breaks, maybe when children are seated having lunch, make sure there is someone to talk to them. You keep reminding them about the safety tips. And, if we are able to do that, if the message gets to our children, then we'll have played a very big role. The other institutions I think you've also made reference to are the religious institutions. And we know that religious institutions have a huge following. And whenever they send out a message, it's hundreds, if not thousands, who get these messages. Again, the religious institutions must play a role in educating their faithfuls about what is happening. But religious institutions can also play another role of demanding or putting pressure on the government to do something about the situation. Trust me, my brother, we don't want this to be common practice. I've had meetings and forums with people from Nigeria where this issue has become rampant. It is not a good situation. So we must make sure that we stop it in its tracks at this very early point. We've already lost lives. It's already so hard for the families. We can never, repay them for what has happened. But whatever the case, we must act swiftly to stop this criminal behavior.
Thank you. Thanks so much, Hussein, Khalid. And that's how we are going to take a break right here. We've spoken about the kids and their forced disappearances, but remember there are cases of the famous brother, may Allah forgive his sins and grant him Jannah, our brother Bashir Muhammad, who was lost for quite some time, and then his body was found, the car was lynched. It's sad, and we've had several other similar cases, but let's talk about this after the break. We've spoken about the kids, but what about the gentlemen, the elders? Is it business gone sour? Is it rogue business deals? What exactly is happening in this country? What are we turning into? Goodness, guys, come on, please don't go away. After the break, we're going to get back with this and much more.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله أشهد أن محمد رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Ummah University, chartered with world-class learning facility, is open for September 2021 intake registration. We offer Masters, degree or bachelor's programs, diploma and certificate programs in the schools of nursing, business and economics, Islamic Sharia and Islamic studies, computing and school of education to both self-sponsored and government students. We offer scholarship and interest-free loans to our students. For more information, visit us at our campus of Manga Road in Kajiado County or call us on 0703 699000 or 0777969022. Visit our website on www.ummahuniversity.ac.ke. Ummah University, fostering knowledge and innovation. We are back, bigger and better, with the safety guaranteed. The biggest consumer expo in East Africa is back at Sarit Expo Center Westlands. 25th Egypt and Middle East Expo from 23rd June till 4th July 2021 at Sarit Expo Center Westlands on the second floor rooftop garden next to food court. Shop till you drop on various high quality products such as furniture, carpets, kitchenware, leather products, handcraft, clothes, furnishing, jewelry, perfumes, natural oil and herbs, and many more other products from Egypt, India, Iran, Pakistan, Turkey, Syria and Singapore. Don't miss your chance to visit 25th Egypt Middle East Expo from 23rd June till 4th July 2021 at Sarit Expo Center Westlands on the second floor rooftop garden next to food court. Open daily from 10 a.m. till 8 p.m. Entry free.
KIPS Technical College is one of the largest technical colleges established and mandated to operate by the TVET Authority. We are a leading institution offering high quality and accessible technical and professional training through a rich curriculum and a professional faculty. We offer diploma, certificate and artisan courses in business management, journalism and media studies, community development, information and communication technology, hospitality and tourism. Our students enjoy a serene study environment with well-equipped laboratories and workshops. We offer full-time and evening classes, distance and e-learning. We have 6 campuses located within Nairobi, with Philadelphia campus at Philadelphia Building opposite Afya Center, Tomboya Street. Our May-June 2021 intake is ongoing. Apply now for the best training. For more information, call 0720-813113 or visit our website at www.kips.ac.ke. KIPS Technical College, your sure path to success.
Microvision Enterprise Limited is an importer, stockist and distributor of surgical medical equipments and consumable for laboratories, hospitals and clinics. We procure quality and state-of-the-art equipment from reliable manufacturers worldwide. We are sole agents for many reputable manufacturers in specialist fields. Microvision Enterprise Limited exists to provide affordable, high-quality medical equipment to our clients, coupled with excellent customer service and long-term client relationship. All our products come with timely deliveries, after-sale services and warranty. We are able to source products under short notice through our international network. We are located first floor, Suite A01, Loipi Plaza, Lunga Lunga Road, opposite Leaky Storage Industrial Area, Nairobi. Contact us through +254 020 244 2631 or +254 790 669 988 or email info@microvision.com. For more information, visit our website www.microvision.com. Microvision Enterprise Limited. Quality service, our endeavor.
Horizon TV, the beacon for the nation.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much for keeping it live, Real Talk, right here. And we are talking about abductions and killings and forced disappearances. Of course, it is coupled up with this matter. You cannot disintegrate it from that. Because, I mean, that's how it starts. People are abducted and then they disappeared from the limelight. They are not seen in the community. And before you know it, a few days later, alhamdulillah, if they come out safe and sound, like the case of Hafsa, she came out safe and sound. There's a lady here, Hafsa, who came out safe and sound. Alhamdulillah, she was found. But majority and dead, right? We've spoken about the kids and the toddlers and the children in the first segment. And right now, let's talk about the elders, because this is an issue that cuts across, especially 2020. And we've seen a number of that. We've seen the issue of the late Kevin, who died in Kilimani. We've seen the Kitengela for. Yes. We've seen our brother Bashir recently. All these cases, of course, we cannot dig deep into this. My brother Hussein, Khalid. But honestly speaking, what exactly is the problem, Yari? Like, this is something that is very new to us. It's a whole new phenomenon.
I think the disappearances and the killings have been there, to be honest. And for Haki Africa, we have been documenting this year in, year out. Our main concern is that the frequency and, the type of victims that we are seeing is unprecedented. We've never seen this kind of actions happening in our community. And, it begs the question also for us as a society, as you've asked, rightfully, what is happening? We have, for example, rivalry, we amongst ourselves. You find someone selling out their own brother because you've disagreed over a business deal. You go and you report them as a criminal or as a terrorist, and you know clearly that that is not a fact. It's simply because you feel you're competing against him and he is winning in that particular issue. So that issue is of a great concern. The second issue we also need to ask ourselves is, self-care. How do you present yourself as an individual? Are you known to your community as a good person? Yeah, I mean, because someone can go and talk ill against you. But if people go out to find out the truth, will that ill be confirmed? Yeah. Or will people hear other nice, better things from what they have heard? So our reputation, what are we doing to build our reputations to make sure that, even if word goes out there, we don't want people to start saying, hata ni vizuri. Those people, it's good. But we want people to sympathize, people to feel this is a good brother or a good sister who has gone missing, and, and these are the issues. And then to my younger brothers and sisters, the issue of social media. Everything we do nowadays, particularly the young at heart, it's all on social media. Today I went out, I had fun with my friend, I was at this place, I was at this mall, I did this. You are endangering your safety. You're putting yourself at risk. We know that that is the trend. That is now the life today. Every small item you want to post it on social media, you want people to know what's happening. There is a very high possibility that these kidnappers, all they need to do is simply study your profile on social media. Nothing else. Yeah, nothing else. Because today you just pick someone and you will see their entire lives on social media. What they do, at what time are they always at what place, how are they going there, who is accompanying them. All information is on social media. So I'm appealing to my brothers and sisters, please be careful what you post on social media. You may be endangering yourself. You may be placing yourself as a candidate for kidnapping and all that is happening presently in our communities.
Interesting. So does that just begs the question, I don't know if someone's going to ask it or someone thinks like me, so does that mean that we limit our posting to social media, or what exactly now do you post on social media?
I mean, you should post, items that are helpful, and even if you feel you need to post, please don't reveal your whereabouts. Please don't reveal what you will be doing, especially what you will be doing. Perhaps what has happened may not be that bad, but people can also study your history to know what you will be doing next. So please avoid posting issues that will reveal how your life is and what you're going to do next, because that is information you're already giving out to potential criminals who may want to harm you. And also on social media, we can help by, posting if someone has gone missing. We can help by, if you have information, sharing that information with the relevant authorities. That is how we can use the social media positively to, make a difference in some of these cases.
You spoke about self-care, but you just mentioned about self-care. Yeah. Would you mind expounding on that?
Self-care is where, you ensure that you protect yourself. You put yourself in a situation that will not be risky. Look at yourself, for example. What are you doing in society? How are you perceived by your own family? I mean, it's sad, wallahi, my brother. We've been to certain cases, for example, where we've followed up with an individual, maybe a young man who's been shot, who has been killed by the police. And then you go to the mother. And you tell them, Mami, pole sana, tuko na habari, your son has been shot, has been killed. And the mother says, Alhamdulillah. A mother says, Alhamdulillah. That is something really bad. Extreme bad, that your mother is happy, you are dead. So these are some of the issues that we need to share with our community. Do not be a burden to your community. Do not be a burden to your family. Care about yourself. Do things that will, protect you. Avoid, these maskanis, you go, you chew mogoka, jaba, sijui nini, you go, you drink, you do things that are not helpful to society, to your own self, so take care of yourself. If you're posting things, maybe you're in a mosque or something like that, it's way much better than you posting you're in a mall, you're buying this, you're buying that. And, because this basically just puts us in harm's way. So self-care is extremely important. And also how we display ourselves in the public is extremely important.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. Last but not least, I cannot leave you without touching on our leaders. These are people that you've rubbed shoulders with. You dine, you walk with them, you talk to them, you work with them. Not necessarily dining per se, but at least you work with them in different spaces. They have been silent. Not a single word from any leader on this matter. Those aspiring, those on seats, those appointed, not a single word. Indeed.
I know 2 days ago we had this discussion with Mheshimiwa Abdussamad, and we agreed that we need to do something about it. But yes, so far the leaders have remained silent. We've not had any of them coming out, particularly in areas that have reported these cases. You would expect by now they would be, shouting at the top of their voices, demanding answers from the security agencies. But that has not happened. And it's unfortunate because we know majority of them presently are busy politicking. you know, and you know, succession politics and all that. And this just shows that majority of our leaders have their personal interests at heart and not the people, you know. So I think it's just a sign for us, because presently there isn't much we can do about the leaders, but it's for the electorate to know which leaders are standing with them. If such a grave issue and a matter of concern is out there in the public, and the leaders that we have today are not in any way speaking about it, in the minimum, you know, at least to try and do something, then it means
share the posters,
exactly,
you know?
Including awareness, because these people have huge followings on social media.
Yes.
If they post something like this, it will
spread.
go viral.
Yeah.
But we're not seeing that, and it's really unfortunate. And I hope that you know, they will be listening to this program, because we know it has a huge viewership. We hope they will listen and they will act on it, so that we can have the leaders also addressing the matter.
So you said those who are posting it, they're the ones who have our interest at heart. So the fact that no one has posted it, no one has our interest at heart.
Let's hope that this program will change the trend, and that people will now act and do something about the situation.
Somebody have been mentioned, brother. So when are you going to post it on Instagram?
I will reach out to him after this also.
Yeah. But tell him I'm looking for him. I tried calling him, I think, 2 days ago, only to see that he was in Bongia. Tell him I'm looking for him, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah?
I will.
Bro, parting shot, inshallah, tonight, as we are finalizing this conversation tonight.
Parting shot for me, brothers and sisters, we are faced with a very difficult challenge presently in our society. We are losing our sisters, we are losing young kids, and unfortunately it seems like the security authorities are challenged in dealing with the matter. And at times like this, it calls on us to play a part, or to play our part in trying to rein in on this new wave of crime that we are seeing in our community. So for me, I would urge my brothers and sisters, as a parting shot, please take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, take care of your family. Until the security authorities can crack what's happening, it means we have a role to play. So please be mindful, avoid being alone in public. Please be careful, be observant of what's happening around you. Avoid dark streets, avoid dark places, and more importantly, as you've said, self-care. Take care of yourself, avoid social media, which is exposing, you know, your whereabouts. These are issues that, you know, we have to now, at least in the meantime, until some sort of safety is guaranteed, we need to make sure that we take care of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, you have only yourself whom you can hold responsible and act on. So that's my parting shot. But more importantly, I want to thank everyone, and particularly Horizon, for bringing this issue out to the fore. I think a lot of awareness needs to go out there, and this is a wonderful opportunity for us to discuss this issue. And I hope people who have listened will share this information so that it can reach the multitudes out there.
Thank you so much, my brother Hussein, Khalid, and thank you so much for making time for us. And as we conclude, in the words of His Excellency the President, Usalama unazana mimi, salama unazana wewe. We have, give or take, 120,000 police officers in this country to govern how many people? 54 million Kenyan shillings at least? 54 million. I missed to money, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, rather broke. Yeah, I broke something. Yeah, so you have, give or take, how many? 120,000 police officers in this country to govern how many, or rather to police how many people? At least 54 million Kenyans. What are the chances of these police officers to duly take care of each and every one of us if we don't take care of ourselves? Chances are very slim. So he said it, the president said it, I don't think I have anything else to add, but just to stress on that fact. Thanks so much, Brother Hussein, Khalid,
Shukran.
for us, the Executive Director, Haki Africa. Thank you so much, all the viewers. Thank you so much for everyone who made this possible. I've been your host, Faisal Kassim. See you next week, same place, same time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.